been going on with you? You know, it's been a while since you've been on here.
I mean, for the
I,
most, yeah. Nah, word, yeah. Nah, I mean, for the most part, it's business as usual, right? Making sure that you're giving back to yourself, starting from there in order to even really begin. Yeah, I mean, so that's more so been some of the things I've been really um, uh, mastering, right? As I continue my progress in this journey that we're on right now. And then outside of that, keep doing multiple sorts of positioning in regards to just how I'm seeing this whole thing
Mhm.
work out, man. Like we got a lot of moves going on right now in the world, and we got to make sure we're paying attention to everything. So I just been strategizing, you know, uh, educating myself, right? Just trying to become, get a broader aspect on many different things, right? Because it's necessary for my survival. So more so, that's kind of where I've been at. And I mean, and then there's, what you exchange your time for, right? But those things are not really that important because that's just that, right? But outside of that, that's the stuff I've been, ideally been doing. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna say, you say they may not be important, but to those that are watching, they are.
Right.
Because until you get to a conscious level where you understand and get a grasp of what life truly is, then you can get to that level. But for those that are still coming along their journey, it is important.
Right.
So I'm not knocking what you said. I'm
Well,
just
no, 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 no. Well, no,
I'm
yeah,
not I'm not
yeah.
there. I'm just saying, man,
Right, right,
So
right.
in terms of that, I don't mind this face to face to see how it goes. It's a little interesting, a little different. As for me, I texted you and I told you I've been into the market and it's been interesting,
Mm-hmm.
for the time that I was invested and after a certain point where it's like I took it to a point where, now I was utilizing debt
Mm-hmm.
when so naturally in our community, we don't use debt in the correct way. Nothing
Right.
against how you use debt, but it's like we don't use it correctly because we utilize debt to get liabilities instead of taking debt to get assets because naturally assets do what? Bring in money. So if you don't use the debt that you're acquiring to get assets, then you're gonna end up getting more liabilities. So you'll take that debt to go get a new car. You take that debt to go get a new house. So in terms of the way that I use this, more so borrow debt to make more money.
Right.
I utilize your money because in a sense of how I am in the stock market, I know that I'm at a point where I know there's things that I need to learn. That's the difference. I know that there is things that I need to learn. There is different levels to the game, but based on where I am, I can utilize the information that I have and put it to work. It's one thing to just look at things, right? And just keep learning, learning, learning. When are you going to apply it?
Facts.
So, you know, I just wanted to dabble into that and what has been going on in the market and just the fact that the market is now highlighting the fact that everything that's been happening in the dark is
Mm-hmm.
coming into the light. And I know we touched on December 21st in a couple of episodes. I'm not really sure. I'll put it up here at some point. And I I'm at a point now where I can, sense energy. Before I wasn't able to really sense it. It's not that I wasn't aware of it. It's just that I wasn't paying attention to it. So now I can look at the situation, whether it be a football game, I could just feel the energy being sucked out of the game. I can look at the other team and see that you're not reacting the same way. There's no energy there. I'm looking at just like in general, like that's just an example, just to say. And for me, it's like when I look at the market and what's been going on, yeah, we missed out on a lot.
Right.
January, the whole attack on the Capitol. That's one. and then the attack on capital.
Right.
Yeah, now it's an attack on capital.
Hmm.
So, with the whole Wall Street bets, GameStop, I don't know how much you know about it, but I went a little deep on it because I wanted to understand why they did what they did.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, though those hedge funds may make their money back, it's just the fact that they shine the flashlight into the dark to show y'all to say, hey, we see what y'all are doing.
Facts.
And it's not fair to those that are coming in.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, when you look at it from a person that has no idea about the stock market, you heard that a stock that was $4 went all the way to $300 in the span of 2 weeks. Don't quote me on that. It might be three. I'll look it up and I'll put a thing down here to say the exact time. But it's just the fact of that. And the other thing behind that is more so now more people be intrigued about it because naturally, when you hear of the stock market, all you ever hear is something negative about how somebody lost some money or the market crash. It's never nothing good where it's like, okay, damn, well, maybe somebody else, because you'll have those people that talk about it, they'll come to you and talk about the market and say, hey,
Right.
you should go in there. And now you hear some news. It's like, wait, I could have bought that stock. Or I could have took my stimulus check
Right.
and give me 300 shares. And this thing went to $300 and I could have got out.
Yep.
Come on, man. But I'm just saying it's like what I've been saying is this: the greatest transfer of wealth is happening right now, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna miss it. I don't think it's necessarily just the stock market. I feel like that's just the one that's in the light right now,
Hmm.
right? I feel like it's the one thing that's just in the light right now where it's like you can see it, but I feel like in the background, the greatest transfer of wealth is happening. Whether you believe it or not, it's happening. But which side do you want to be on? I want to be on the side to get on. I want to get on that train. If that train's leaving right now, I got my ticket. I want to be on it. I don't
Right.
want to wait. I don't want to wait for like, what were you doing? Your
Correct.
grandkids like, what were you doing when all of that was going on? Nah, I was a little skeptical. I don't know, man. That's not for me. I don't know nothing about the stock market. But the interesting thing is this: if you don't know nothing about the stock market, you have Google, you have YouTube. You ain't got no excuse. They ain't nothing stopping you. You got $600 that they gave you. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't. I can only say that they gave you money. You can learn the game. All you got to do is play. You don't
Right.
got to put the whole six. Put two of it. Who knows? I don't know what your situation is. And let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what your situation is. So for me, it's like when you look at these situations, it's like I'm no longer taking an excuse from anybody. We all got problems. At the end of the day, we all got problems. And you may think your problem is that bad, but somebody got a worse problem than yours. Always. Always. So I'm just saying that was just a dabble into the we didn't even get to the show yet. That was just a quick intro, touching in. King Talk Live, we here, man.
Right, right, right. I mean, extremely necessary, though. You couldn't have said it any better. Personally, I believe I sort of became somewhat of an advocate as of late, just with bringing people's attention to, hey, are you investing? Right, and if not, right, literally, let me show you how easy it is for you to
Exactly.
start investing, right? Because it's extremely necessary right now, right? Especially with all the activity going on in the stock
Exactly.
market, right? It's again, first it's all about downloading whatever, when
Well,
you want to jump
yeah,
into.
whatever. Yeah, whatever app you want to
Right,
use.
right.
If you're watching this, let me give you an example. So I do options. So I'm in the stock market, another level to investment. There's options where you say that, hey, you go in, you say that I'm gonna pay a premium. I'm gonna put up $61. This is my example. I'm gonna put up $61, and I say that I have the right to buy 100 shares of AMC at $5.50. When I bought that, it cost me $61. That was on Tuesday. Wednesday morning came. That same option that I bought was now if you wanted to buy that on Wednesday morning, it would have been $1,300.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, yeah, exactly. So, granted, I made some money from it, but
Right,
I'm just saying,
right.
if I would have known, I would have just put down $610. Listen to me,
Yep.
because it's 100 per. I would have put down $610 and I would have made $13,000. But at the time, I didn't really know. I said I had $61. Put some skin in the game. Might as well put some skin in the game. So, granted, I made money off of that. But I can only imagine if you would have put that's your stimulus check right there. That goes back to your stimulus. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it's crazy when you think about it right now. If you are in a situation where it's like, okay, you work a 9 to 5, I do too. I'm pretty sure you do. So at the end of the day, it's like it's not just thinking about things where it's like, okay, I'm gonna work a 9 to 5 or try to get another job. You gotta think a little bit different because you have the internet. That's probably one of the most incredible tools to increase your wealth, point blank, period, regardless of your skin color. Regardless, you can't use that excuse as, oh, it's because I'm this or because I'm that. No. Regardless of your skin color, you can utilize the internet. You can make you a business. You can sell on Amazon. You can do all of that stuff. And the thing is, you just gotta learn. At the end of the day, you gotta learn. And also, you can utilize YouTube. YouTube is a platform that is free. All you gotta do is go in there, type in what you want, and somebody will teach you. It may not be at the extent of how you want it. It'd be like here. I need it to be word for word, A, B, C. No, 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 no. That's for you to figure out. And if you want to pay up, then you can go to the next level. You learn level 1 and then you can pay up if you want to skip a couple levels. But if you don't have the funds for that, keep watching videos because eventually you'll get a grasp of how it is. Yeah, I know we didn't do an intro, but let's just have this well conversation because it's needed. It's
Fact.
really needed. And there's no way I'm going to say the greatest transfer of wealth is happening right now. I feel like a lot of people gonna miss out, and they're gonna be like, "Damn, how come I didn't know about this? What was I doing? And what this, that, and the third?" At the end of the day, it's not just the stock market. It's more so about you leveling yourself up to the next level and learning. At the end of the day, you gotta learn. It's
Facts.
it's not for me to tell you to go learn. It's for you to want to learn. It is up to you. At the end of the day, I can tell you everything. I can give you the secrets to success, and it's still gonna be up to you to do it. It's still gonna be up to you. It don't even matter if I gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 things you need to do to become wealthy. It is still gonna be up to you to do it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I say. If you take responsibilities for your life. Are you? I don't really know. Are you gonna do it? Who knows? So at the end of the day, it's like I could tell you all that you want. You could watch all the videos in the world, but it's still gonna come down to you and your decisions and your choices and what you do going forward. Because at the end of the day, if you don't do none of those stuff, you're still gonna be right back where you are. I promise you that. I will put everything in my bank account and promise you that you'll be in the same spot, hoping and praying and wishing him no. Then that day, because for me in my journey, it's like, listen, I realize that you have to take responsibility for your own life. It is up to you to do it. Nobody else is gonna do it. Because at the end of the day, nobody really truly know what your problems are but you. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, bro. Facts.
mhm.
You know, The time is now, right? It's funny. Just the other day, I was saying to someone, right? I said pretty much when then becomes now, then that's when we're gonna know when we're ready, right? So when then becomes now, so more so that's my mindset, right? When then becomes now, because that's what we tell ourselves, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. But when is then gonna become now, right? So when are we finally gonna break, the repetitive mindset of literally, and I was there, I was once there, so I'm speaking from actual personal, right? I was there, right? And in some instance, I'm still there, right? And I'm still working myself through this every single day. When then becomes now, when then becomes now, understanding that we're in a time frame that if we then wait for that time to happen, you could have had missed out on a significant opportunity to really leverage yourself and put yourself in a whole nother perspective to where you can really, get into understand and grow and learn, in that sense, right? So, we really got to just really home in and understand especially from a wealth perspective. Again, you're seeing everything that's going on right now in the world. There's a significant amount of transference happening right now on every single level, right? We just have to be able to understand how to see and feel these things as it's happening. But to be more specific, when it comes to the stock market, right? Um, we got to understand that if you're not investing right now, people talk, well, I got a 401k, right? All right, cool, okay, right, okay, cool, nice, that's cute, right? Whatever. Needless to say, right? At the end of the day, is if you're not educating yourself, right, to actually grow your own wealth, that I don't really understand it, right? Ultimately, if this whole thing is to be able to be in a financial place to where you don't have to work anymore, then why wouldn't you apply the necessary things that you need to better equip yourself to then make you understand a process to where you can elevate yourself at your leisure versus you now having to say, depend on the company while they're literally making money on you while making money on you. Come on. So it's pretty simple, right? To stay on track, right? Again, this is specifically as far as the stock market is concerned. Again, step one, just download a particular platform that you're comfortable using. So that, and step one, right? Fund the account, right? And then as far as all the other stuff that could seem intimidated, right? You just slow it down, right? So if it's then first understanding, what are stocks, right? How to know how to buy stocks, like Andrew said, there are significant amount of different resources out there to where we can get educated on in terms of making those decisions, and you guys will you can even come back to revisit these types of videos that we're putting out, right? Because we're going to be dropping gems, because why, this is what it's all about, unity, right? We promise it's never going to be, do this to get that. Nah, dropping gems. If you choose to act on it, you do it. If you choose not to, then that's on you, right? But yeah.
That's true. In terms of going back on what you're saying, it's just like learn the lingo. That's the first thing that anybody that I introduce to the market is learn the lingo, because though you may be intrigued and you hear the GameStop stuff, you're like, oh, I want to get in there. I hear people making a lot of money. I hear people, you'll go online and you'll search up and you see people made 100,000, millions, or whatever the case may be. You have to first learn the language. It's just like if you never speak English, you're not just gonna go out there and try to have a conversation with somebody. No, you're gonna learn the language a little bit, at least get a grasp of the construction of how the conversation may be in terms of the language. So, what I would say is learn the lingo. So, because at the end of the day, if you don't understand the lingo, every video you watch, you're gonna keep searching and trying to figure, oh, what did he mean? I don't know what that is. Learn the lingo. That's what I tell anybody who's new to the market. That's the first thing you need to learn, because it'll make it easier for you. Because like, okay, They're shorting the stock. What does that mean? It's a short squeeze. What is the short squeeze? Learn the lingo. A short squeeze is pretty much when somebody short a stock saying that the stock is going to go down, and then people come in and buy the stock, which force them to now buy it because they borrowed money, right? They pretty much borrowed money and say that the stock's going to go down and we're going to buy it at a lower price. But this is what happened with the whole GameStop thing is pretty much they said that, we know that you're short in the stock. So we're going to drive the price up and we're going to force you to buy it at a higher price. And when you buy it at a higher price, naturally, because you have all of those shares that you short, because when you short it, you're taking out a percentage of shares, right? So now that when you actually have to buy those shares to somewhat recoup your money, which you're gonna be at a loss anyways. And pretty much that's why the GameStop stock shot up so much because these hedge funds, they've been doing this forever. This is what they've been doing. They've been doing this forever. They've been shorting stocks, which is messed up because it's like GameStop is a company that is engraved in the culture. The culture don't even know that I don't even think the culture even got a grasp of what just happened. GameStop, BlackBerry, AMC, that is of the culture. You know what I mean? That's old school. A lot of the millennials, they may, yes, you know about AMC and GameStop. Yes, you may do. But at the end of the day, that's more so for the people that are, older in a sense. So when you think about those companies and Nokia, like those are the companies that, they had Express, like Bed Bath and Beyond, all of those old companies. The Blockbuster could have been on there, probably would have been. You know what I mean? You probably be like, what is Blockbuster? You probably watch it like, what is Blockbuster? But I'm just saying, if the culture actually realized that it was for the culture, this probably would be even more bigger. But they didn't even get a grasp of the fact that GameStop is a store that, went to GameStop, fresh game came out. I'm about to cop that. I'm going to GameStop. They got it. And it's just like, it was one for the culture, but the culture don't even know it was for the culture. That's the crazy part about that. So that's just something that was an analysis that I came to myself. It was just like, that's for the culture, man. The fact that you brought GameStop to $300. I invest in the stock, but GameStop is not even worth nowhere no $300. Apple is $130 right now. Apple, it's a $2 trillion company. $2 trillion. Think about that. That is the price of the stimulus that they're trying to give out right now. For the $2,000 that everybody's supposed to get, that's 2 trillion. And one company, their market cap is that. The value, the market cap is the value of the company, which is $2 trillion, and that is the amount that they're trying to give to the all of the people in the United States. Think about how crazy that is. They made 100 million in 3 months. That is crazy. That's crazy. But we ain't gonna talk about that. So let's go back to what he said. At the end of the day, when it comes to investing, you need to do your due diligence. It's not something that you just throw money at it and hope it sticks. No, you actually gotta go out. This is your money. This is your hard-earned money at the end of the day. This is not financial advice, but what I'm saying to you is at the end of the day, 9 to 5 is great and all, but what you don't realize is that the value of the dollar is dropping every single second of the day. And if you don't realize that, you need to open your eyes and look around. Think about the things that you bought maybe 10 years ago and how much it costs now. That's something you need to look at. If you don't realize that, I don't know where have you been sleeping, but you need to open your eyes and wake up a little bit and look around. Because at the end of the day, the 9 to 5 is gonna be at the point where it's like it's not gonna be enough to satisfy the cost of living at the rate that we're going. Printing out money like it's nothing. Just flick of a button. Here's a couple $1 trillion. Boom. Print. Just keep printing. Print. What's gonna happen after a while? The dollar keeps losing value day in, day in, day in, day in. This. And for those savers out there, I don't know, man. I don't know what you saving it for. I know you're saving for a rainy day, but it's raining outside right now. So the way I look at it is this: invest in some assets, let your assets make you some money, and take that money to buy those things that you're gonna buy to take out debt on. It doesn't make any sense anymore. We're no longer doing that. Leave all of that, like I like to say, anything that don't make no sense to me, leave all of that in 2020. We're in 2021 now. That is my phrase going forward. Anything that don't make no sense to you, leave it in 2020. We're in 2021 now. We're doing different things. It's no longer, oh, it's because I'm this, it's because I'm that. No, no more will we take that anymore. You have no excuse. Anybody, you have no excuse for why you are, for what you're doing, and what you're not doing, and what you want to do. It is up to you. It goes back to you. At the end of the day, no matter what, it's always gonna go back to you.